Okay, we're live. So I, yeah, I know it like scheduled itself for 11 o'clock. I know I'm like half an hour late. I was finishing up homework assignments. Like, I had to peer review an essay. Um, the stream's gonna be a little different. Instead of doing dailies first and then jumping into the quest, I'm going to watch Baiju's character demo. I had to like have some self-control when I was at work not to watch it in my downtime and save it for the stream. But yeah, we're gonna watch Baiju's demo, and then we're gonna jump straight into the quest, and then I'm just gonna end stream and do my dailies off stream. And because I kind of want to make this. I don't want to rush the stream, but I do have work. I have to wake up early for work again tomorrow morning, so I don't want to be up too late. Anyway, let me see. So, turn on display capture, game capture. All right. Let's jump straight in. Oh, damn. Damn, Baiju's a new Ty Lee.
It seems this elixir has attracted some difficult customers.
Belligerence and avarice. For these vices, I'm afraid I can offer no cure.
A good beating ought to do it.
Oh, dude, the visuals are. Okay. Oh my god, that did not look like a snake at first.
As flowers wither, so does life fade. There's no escaping it.
Hand over the elixir, or you die tonight!
My mortality is no one's concern but mine. Remember, health comes first.
Oh, that beat drop is awesome. Oh my gosh, wait. These transitions are so awesome.
Dr. Baiju, the dew. Here you go.
This remedy is powerful, yet painstaking to concoct. Ineffective without moonlight dew as a potentiator, but just a drop will cure Gui's cold in no time.
Cold medicine? You came all the way out here for cold medicine?
You didn't check before seeking to steal it? I have serious concerns for your cognitive health.
The first round of treatment has clearly failed. Let's try a stronger dose.
No, please, no. Ah!
I'm trying so hard not to simp right now. Wait, that's actually... Okay, wait. I want to go back to like the... Where's the beat drop?
Is no one's concern but mine.
That beat drop is so awesome.
Remember, health comes first.
And then like this right here, like not this. Like, yeah, when it like goes back, like when it like waves across the screen like that and does. Oh my gosh, I love it when like. I love it when I have like. I think like one of my favorite things in editing is the match cut, and I know this is technically not like a. It's not like a match cut per se, but I just love it like when. I just love it when like the scenes change, but then like the characters like in the same position or doing the same like thing or whatever. It's like I don't know why. Match cuts are like my favorite thing. And if you ever stick around long enough to watch my series, the YouTube series I'm gonna make, you you can bet that I am going to do a lot of match cuts. Anyway, that was a good yeah, that was a really good demo. I'm gonna watch it again on my own time. I'm probably not gonna watch the demo for every single character, but maybe I will. I don't know. It's kind of just something that's more spur of the moment. I plan to like watch the demo just because I know I happened to be streaming tonight, and then I saw that Baiju's trailer came out, and I was like, oh, I'll save it for the stream. So maybe I'll try and make it more of a consistent thing, but watching demos might not be the most it might not happen every time. Like for example, I missed Kave's. I watched Kave's just on my own time, not on stream. Anyway, let's go back to the game because we have the last part, and I think this is like I always like am so excited for to like see the last part of the I'm just gonna stay with my friendship team for now. I always love to see like the last part because it always has the cutscene, and the cutscenes are always my favorite. We saw a glimpse of it in the in like this 3.6 trailer. So, as much as I want to be a little surprised, we do know that like the final contest is going to be like a fight of some kind. I kind of want to see how Faruzan and Layla fare. We saw like a glimpse of them like fighting with each other's like.
Paimon just heard that the Matra have arrested some Eremites who snuck into the city. Maybe they were the ones plotting to kidnap Sachin. Let's go to the Academia and check with Araf.
The quest location is currently involved in other quests? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Okay. That's... And this is why usually I do all my quests first. Like I always like speedrun the quests and I don't have issues with like conflicts. Like I know when people were like playing Nilu's story quest, they what do you want? I know when people play like Nilu's story quest, they had the issue of like they started it and then they didn't finish it. And then they had to do that before they did the Sumeru Archon quest. And I thought to myself, oh, I'm never gonna have that issue because I always do the quest. But this time I've been like, finals and work have just been like taking up some time, and like I've kind of just been like, last night I probably could have done it because I wasn't streaming and I was just doing stuff on my own time. but I wanted to play Apex Legends with my friends. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. Um, hmm. It's not necessarily a bad thing that I wanted to play Apex, but I definitely just didn't. I didn't end up doing anything Genshin related, except for um, like daily commissions and artifacts. So, okay, now I can claim this. So, I mean, it's whatever. I have like 15 more days or so, or roughly 15 days. I have time to do it on my own time. And finals are going to be done soon.
Ah, you're here. Sorry, I was just about to send someone to inform you. I only just finished interrogating the suspects.
What did you find out?
Well, lots of unexpected details, let's put it that way. The mercs themselves were surprisingly easy to catch. We just had someone dress up as Sachin and they took the bait. But then it starts to get messy. During the interrogation, we learned that they were hired by Sachin's own child.
What? Why would someone want to kidnap their own father? What's up with that?
It's anybody's guess at this point. In any event, apparently the guys we caught are just the tip of the iceberg. Most of them are still snooping around outside the city. We're diverting manpower as we speak to try and round them all up. Would you like to come along?
Sure, let's go get to the bottom of all this.
Interesting. And then, oh yeah, so on, I believe Tuesday is when, Tuesday for me at least, is when the Baiju story quest comes out. So my goal, and I think it's going to happen like earlier in the day, so hopefully I can stream at an earlier time and not 11. But I think what I'm going to try do is I'll try to stream Baiju's story quest in like on like Tuesday, like earlier in the day on Tuesday. And you know, I'm at this point, I'm not exactly, you know, even if someone asks me to cover them at work, I'm just gonna say no because I don't want to. I just need a break. I need a break for like a day or two.
Are you sure this is the right place? Something feels off.
I'm positive.
Oh shoot.
But
Boss, we got more company.
Look, we were just doing what we were paid to do. You're punishing the wrong people here. You want the real culprit? It's this guy. He hired us to kidnap Sachin.
What happened? Who beat you all
This
up?
dude's all feral. What the fuck?
Wait, you mean you aren't with them?
With who? Who did this?
First there was this flying brat. Didn't bother asking any questions, just started throwing punches. After that, some guy wearing green came along and interrogated us for a bit.
I've got the confirmation I needed. This is the one who masterminded this whole plot. Jawani, Sachin's son. If you have any questions for him, now's your chance to ask them. When you're done, I'm arresting them all and taking them back to the academia for further interrogation.
So why did you hire people to kidnap Sachin?
What do you think? 20 years ago, he upped and left to go and live a carefree life, not giving a second thought for my welfare. As if that's not bad enough already, he went and put his entire fortune in the care of the academia, along with a contract saying that one day he'd pass it all on to a genius he admired. That's my inheritance, by rights. You expect me to sit back and watch it go to someone else? If he won't give me what's mine, I'll just have to take it from him.
Were you seriously planning to?
Of course. Didn't he say he would be here somewhere, watching the championship from the shadows? So, I figured I'd get some people to nab him. Then I make him change the contract. And if the Academia doesn't agree to hand over the goods, I make him publicly announce that I'm his chosen genius.
So, did you find him?
No. The old fart knows how to stay hidden. I'll give him that. He's probably cooped up somewhere watching all this go on and laughing to himself. I already thought he'd gone mad 20 years ago. And who knows what a madman's truly capable of.
What do you know about the Diadem of Knowledge?
Diadem of Knowledge? You mean that thing he donated to the Academia? Well, I can tell you that it's very expensive. He sold a lot of assets to purchase it back in the day. Weird things started happening after he brought it home, too. For example, sometimes we'd hear a high-pitched voice coming from the storage room. Also, before donating it to the Academia, he once shut himself in that same storeroom and researched it non-stop for days. Something was already seriously wrong with him by that point. Nothing he did shocked me.
What do you mean, something wrong with him?
I only have a vague memory of it, since I was very young at the time. But I have the impression that he went out into the desert for research and didn't return for many years. When he finally did return, he was a changed person. He would mumble incomprehensibly and write essays day and night. I asked if I could see what he'd written, but he chased me out of the room. Later, he went out somewhere and took his written essays with him. When he got back, he signed his contract with the Academia. Part of me wonders whether he'd already stopped being my father by that point. Perhaps the man we called Sachin was a demon from the desert who was wearing his skin.
Okay, you can stop now. You're creeping Paimon out.
You can believe me or not. Doesn't matter to me. I told you all I know. But if you do see Sachin, tell him this for me. Whatever it is that he's researching out there, he'll always be garbage in my eyes.
A
You
lot
finished?
of
In that case, come with us.
a lot of NPCs have that
Well, we
like
finally caught the guy behind all this.
that family
Thanks
complex.
for providing us with the critical information. Do you still have any lingering concerns?
The Diadem of Knowledge.
Yeah, Al-Haytham's notes do mention that item.
Scribe Al-Haytham looked into this matter. Understood. Well, if you believe there to be an issue with the diadem, I'd suggest contacting the organizers and getting them to pause the competitions while we investigate.
That makes sense. Okay then, let's get back to the venue. We need to tell Karina what's going on.
I feel like we need more, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of NPCs in these quests, like story quests or whatever, that does have like a family complex. But I guess when you have like multiple story quests, it's just hard to, oh, I'm gonna do that first. When you have multiple story quests, it's hard to just have the, hard to keep everything like completely different.
Manifest by ordinance divine.
Nowhere to hide. Incoming.
Precision strike. Unleash. Feeble. Now's our chance.
Cut to the chase. Don't blink. Yeah.
An unfortunate fault.
I'll be back.
Speed of light.
I feel like one day I should just do a stream where I just analyze old story quests. Just kind of see, and maybe I would like rank them based on my own interpretation. Or my own, like, opinion.
You're finally back. Where have you been? I looked everywhere for you. The third round's already started.
We were out capturing some bad guys who wanted to kidnap Sachin. But that's not important right now. We think there might be something wrong with the Diadem of Knowledge, and we'd like to investigate it.
The diadem? That seems unlikely. The Diadem of Knowledge has been used in every extravaganza over the last 2 decades, always without incident. Why has this come up now?
Some new information has come to light.
This is pretty serious. Let me think. Okay, here's the situation. The diadem is currently in Mount Ima Forest. We moved it there before the 3rd round began. In the 3rd round, contestants have to go into Mount Ima Forest, find the diadem, bring it back, and place it on the stand. The first person to do this gets 4 points. Considering how close the scores are between our contestants, whoever wins this round is very likely to be the winner of the whole competition. As such, I suspect competition to be very fierce. You might not make it in time.
We have to give it a shot.
I'll mark the diadem's location for you. Please head there immediately. Let's hope nothing happens.
All right, let's go. That's weird. The locator stopped working. Is the forest interfering with it? Ugh. Let's just go grab the diadem.
Oh wait, I need to switch to my... I need to switch to a team with Nahida.
This might hurt a little.
Why this year?
I wonder if Sachin's even still alive. Like, it seemed, I don't know, like 20 years and he's still supposedly watching over everyone. Like, I feel like he's like, you know, I feel like he's dead.
Uh-oh. This place looks empty. Did someone already take it? Well, we might as well head back and see if anyone's turned it in.
With sword comes shadow.
Not bad, as far as treasure is concerned.
Allow me.
Incoming.
Hey,
Oh, cutscene.
Oh, looks like Layla has seized the diadem. But getting to the goal won't be easy.
Oh, let's go, we got Layla's shielding.
That guy enters the fray.
Is it cracked? Oh, let's get Scaramouche theme. Oh, let's go.
Horizon's device has gone haywire.
Oh, I thought the diadem was...
Competition is heating up. Oh. And here's Kaveh bringing up the rear.
It's Kave's toolbox! Throwing the diadem to its owner.
Yes, that's right.
Oh.
Put the diadem in place, and you shall gain all you desire.
Who are you? I need you to get out of my head!
I am confident that you will not disappoint me. What just happened to me? Something's wrong.
Oh?
At long last, someone to inherit my estate, and with it, my research. Come, Kaveh. Come to me, my child.
What?
How do you know my name? Who are you?
Oh, I thought it was like his dead dad or
I
something.
am Sachin. Well, to be precise, I am but a fragment of Sachin's mind. Fate is a curious thing. Seeing you reminds me of another I once met. But you are made of sterner stuff than he. More cognizant of the trials and tribulations of this world. It is you who are worthy to inherit all that I once owned. We meet for the first time, children. But what I mean to say now is of utmost importance. So please, pay attention and bear witness. You have all performed outstandingly in this Interdarshan Championship. The Academia has many rare talents among its ranks, and you are the creme of the creme. But if I were to choose a successor, I would choose you, Kaveh. Not only because you were victorious, but also due to our similarities in character.
Me? Similar to you?
Why, yes. Both of us have the misfortune to be idealists. And that is the source of our misery. 28 years ago, I came to the desert and lived there for 8 full years. What do you think I saw there? Alas, endless strife and slaughter. Conflict over water sources, robbing of merchant caravans, exploitation of the people relentlessly, day after day. Beyond the wall of Samiel lay a completely different world from the one I knew. The things I witnessed there tormented me greatly. I wished desperately to find a way to save them.
So, did you find a way?
As a Vahumana scholar, I tried to use Vahumana knowledge to find the answer.
Which one is Vahumana again?
I researched history and anthropology, performed countless experiments on human nature, and even sought out the scholars living deep in the desert who called themselves the Lost Darshan. But in the end, I found that the answer I sought simply did not exist. It was not possible to simply assign blame for these transgressions to any one party, for the sins are carved into humanity's very nature. Our nature begets conflict, and conflict begets destruction. This is the inexorable truth. The aim of my research was to draw lessons from history. But what I discovered was that history offers no such guidance. Things can only ever go from bad to worse. After this realization, I could no longer see the meaning in anything that I had ever learned. Consumed by an overwhelming sense of emptiness, I could no longer bear to face life. And so,
I decided to bring my life to an end. But before I went
Wow.
through with it, a strange twist of fate led me to come into the possession of this diadem, which has the ability to preserve part of one's consciousness. Into it, I placed my experiences before requesting that the Academia manage my estate.
As I thought, the contract you signed with the Academia was in essence your will. But if you'd given up hope on this world, why did you feel the need to do this?
I mentioned that I had performed a great many experiments concerning human nature. You may regard this as the very last experiment of them all. The Academia has no shortage of genius talents, nurturing the brightest minds of every generation. And so, with a handsome reward to draw out the worthiest of individuals, my hope was that one day, I would find one who could untangle the mystery of human nature once and for all, and help to move the world onto a better path.
I see. So you desired a successor who was not only a genius, but who also understood the suffering of ordinary people. Such a person would have a clearer understanding of humanity, society, and the world.
Huh?
But did you ever consider that wealth numbs the human heart to the pain in the world? Even an idealist may be incapable of following through on your wishes after inheriting your wealth.
You are highly intelligent, yet you are not the sort of person who would understand my line of thinking. To me, this is also part of the experiment, part of my investigation into human nature. Whether my successor suffers as a consequence of my research, or succumbs to an indulgence in pleasure-seeking, my research will have progressed. I grieve the fundamental sickness of the world. I regret the unbearable weight of its history. And I lament the research that I failed to complete. And this, Kaveh, my dear child, is why you will be of great utility to me.
You're absolutely certain that you want to give me everything you owned? For me to do with as I please?
I have faith in what I see in you. Now wear the diadem, Kaveh, and complete the journey that I could not.
I want to know if he's actually evil or... Oh, another...
Will the verdict I reached cause you suffering? Or will this newfound wealth numb your heart? I look forward to your answer. All of my research materials are being stored at our...
Huh?
I've heard enough! My life's enough of a mess already. The last thing I need is more suffering. Keep your Mora. I don't need it. Didn't you say that you saw a lot of people in pain? Well, if that's the case, then your wealth can go to them.
Oh.
I guess that'll be the end of that.
Kaveh.
Are you all right? Any physical discomfort?
I'm fine. Thanks, Tainari. Don't worry about me.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Kaveh.
Kaveh may have broken the diadem, but he successfully completed the task prior to that. According to the rules, this makes him the victor of round 3. Points-wise, this also makes him the winner of the Inter-Darshan Championship. As the champion and Sachin's personally designated successor, Kaveh has obtained the rights to inherit the entirety of his estate. For the avoidance of doubt, can you confirm that it is your intention to donate all of Sachin's wealth?
Like I said, he thought that the world is a bad place. Well then, let's use what he left behind to change it for the better. Rejecting the world will achieve nothing. He and I,
We're not the same.
All right. As the scribe, I will make a record of this incident on file. The sages will contact you in person for details on how exactly Sachin's estate is to be used.
That sounds fine. I don't know if his research findings were right, nor would I know how to finish his research for him. But what I do know is that by ending this here, no contestants will have to suffer. We won't be the last. There will be more championships to come, and countless future scholars will follow in our footsteps. Sachin's words can only cause pain, but not anymore. No one else has to hear them now. We're all scholars here. I know full well that shutting down his views like this is autocratic and arrogant. Fine by me. I'll bear that responsibility. It's the least I can do. And, well, it's the only thing I can do.
Well said. What you've expressed is a sense of justice and idealism that many aspire to, but few dare follow through with. I say this despite the fact that, in my view, it's quite ridiculous. You have long been aware of what your flaws are, but your pride alone prevents you from admitting it. Nevertheless, your perspective is well suited to appearing in a victory speech. Contestant Kaveh, on behalf of the organizing committee, it is my honor to congratulate you on your victory.
What? Please. I don't need your insincere praise. Anyway, this isn't the time or place for debates. Keep your commentary focused on the competition, not my views.
Congratulations, Kaveh. Also, you'll need to prepare for the award ceremony. Looks like the ceremony will be held at the main venue. Let's head over and check it out.
I'm gonna take the long way for this and just talk as I go. I think one of the best things that I saw in that cutscene was the fact that you can see Sachin smile right before, like, I want to talk about that first. I want to talk about the smile because that really indicates, like, you know, I think it does indicate that there is a sense of like, what's the word I'm looking for? He's like, he's content with that. He's content with what he saw in his final moments. And I was really, really worried. I was kind of worried that he was gonna, like, be like this evil person. And I do like how this particular character was more of, like, misguided. There wasn't, it was like, this was one of the more gray characters we've had, even, and I do wish that there was more to it, or like more to, like, exploring this character, because like all we got in, like, this whole quest is based on my memory. All we really got was, like, that initial thing, and then there was, like, just a few hints here and there.
Speed of light.
So I do think it would have been nice to have just a little more about this character. Or maybe I don't know, maybe I'm just, like, missing a lot of information. Maybe that world quest was important of, like, understanding the bigger picture. Overall, I do like the focus that Kaveh... I do like the Kaveh focus of the quest.
Thank you all for your excellent performance. And that brings this year's Interdarshan Championship to a close. Finally, it gives me great pleasure to invite our champion, Kaveh, to the stage to receive his award. Typically at this point, we would crown our champion with the diadem as well as presenting them with their award. However, we have just received word that Kaveh has inherited Sachin's estate and made the decision to donate it all to charitable causes.
Sachin's estate is getting donated?
So much Mora. And he gave it all up?
Kave's generosity will give many struggling families the chance to change their lives for the better. Of course, without the diadem and prize money to present, this makes the award ceremony a little more concise than expected. Would you like to say a few words, Kave? I'm sure many of our audience, like myself, are curious to learn why you decided to give all this wealth away.
I'm not entirely sure what I should say under these circumstances. I'm glad to have won, even though I'd say luck played a big part in that. As for why I want to give the Mora away, I don't support Sachin's views, and I don't want to take his Mora. With a lot of things in life, people need to experience them for themselves. It shouldn't be up to one person to make a judgment on. Not him, and not me either. Anyway, this isn't really the time and place for such weighty and complicated topics. So, I guess that's all. I'll leave it there. Thanks very much.
Oh, Kave, just one moment. While this is a short and sweet award ceremony, we do still have a prize to present you with. Please take this limited edition Genius Invocation TCG card. Additionally, your champion status will be logged in your record. This means that the Sages will give priority consideration to any future project proposals you submit.
All right, I'll take the card. But as for project proposals, forget it.
In that case, I declare the award ceremony over. Let's give our champion Kave one last big round of applause.
I still don't really get it. The sum of Mora would have been enough for me to live in luxury for my entire life.
That just means you're not strange enough to understand the way that geniuses think. Come on, we've still got the whole Wisdom Gala to explore.
Glad that's over. I think I'm quite good at giving speeches, but this one was just so tiring.
Do you mean that you're still exhausted from the competition? Honestly, you don't look happy at all, but whatever else happened, you're the champion, you know? Don't you think you should be proud of that?
I suppose. Oh, wait. Sino said he wanted the card, didn't he? And now I have it, right here.
So you're gonna give it to him? But if it's a rare one, you should be able to make a tidy sum of Mora off it.
Why would I do that? It's of no use to me whatsoever. I may as well just give it to him. Could you pass it on to him for me when you next see him?
Whoa, whoa! This is a super big deal! You should do it yourself! Come on, let's go find Sino.
Huh? But I was gonna rest for a while longer.
Oh.
Hey, stop pulling my hair!
Find Sino, who's literally right there.
What you looking at, Sino?
I'm still thinking about the Sachin issue. What brings you here?
Well, they gave me this limited edition Genius Invocation card, and I figured you'd have more use for it than I.
But it's a limited edition. Are you sure you want to give it to me?
What else would I do with it? I have no use for it.
Do they not? Don't they play cards together?
But it's limited edition. Kave, are you in trouble? You don't have to do all this. Just tell me what's wrong and I will help.
Oh, that's not what I meant at all. Yes, I have all sorts of problems, but that has absolutely nothing to do with this card. I'll figure my own issues out by myself.
All right. In that case, I accept your generosity.
You just know he's like he's like
But now that
dancing
I
in his
realize
head
that
right
you have
now.
no concept of its value, I cannot simply take it from you. How about this? I shall buy it from you at a fair price. Namely, the price that the previous limited edition card sold for.
Oh, come on. It's just one card. How much could it really be worth?
1 million more at the very least.
Huh? How much?
1 million more?
If you feel that's too low, I can go a little higher.
1 million mora for a card? But you already have a whole bunch of these, shiny ones, don't you? I saw your deck last time we played.
Not every card is this valuable, and some cards are exquisitely designed, but not rare.
Huh. Well, I guess they must pay you plenty to be General Mahamatra if you're splashing out on things like this. But really, it's fine. I'd feel bad taking Mora from a friend.
Dude, take the money.
Don't feel bad. I save a lot. I can spare the Mora for this card.
Take the money.
You don't spend all your savings on your hobbies, do you? You should watch that, you know. You definitely don't want to end up borrowing money in a moment of impulsivity. Living with debt is miserable.
Sounds like you're speaking from personal experience. I guess you've been through a lot?
I don't want to talk about it.
Take the Mora.
In that case, maybe you're the one who should be listening to your advice. In any case, I, Sino, will take this precious card, and it shall join the deck of destiny. Kaveh, come with me in a few moments to collect the Mora. Thanks to you, I have achieved my goal for participating in this tournament.
All right, if you insist. Far be it from me to refuse your courtesy any further. Well, at least I'll be able to keep on top of my bills this month. Maybe I'll even have some left over. In fact, let me treat you all to a meal later. Bring Tainari and Kale, too.
Well, this is what they call all's well that ends well.
Wait.
Paimon wonders how the other contestants are doing. Let's go check in with them, shall we? Since we're guest commentators and all.
Wait. 1 million Mora. A million Mora is equivalent to one. It is equivalent to this month's bills. 1 million. Wow.
I see everything.
These clothes all seem a bit too flimsy. Is there anything sturdier?
I think I might need some more practice if I wanted to embroider my own complex designs. Although, I'm no beginner with a needle and thread. More like upper end of intermediate?
The classics are the best. Period.
She did not just say period.
Everyone hold hands.
These clothes all seem a bit too flimsy.
Oh, shoot.
I'm telling you, you can't go wrong taking advice from me on what to wear. Back in the day, my fashion style was considered cutting edge by everyone in academia.
Really? Well then, sure, Madame Farazan. Maybe you could pick out a few fashionable outfits for us.
Farazan! Nilu! Even Dia and Candace are here! What are you all up to?
Candace and I bumped into these two while we were strolling through the streets. Madame Farazan here's pretty friendly. When she heard that we were buying clothes, she decided to give us some help.
I don't really see anything I'm familiar with. Never mind. We can purchase some textiles and make the clothes ourselves. Let's go with the plain fabric as our base. And embroider red and pink flowers on. Oh, and some green leaves.
Oh, wait a sec. You sure that's the latest style? That sounds a lot like what the older folks back home would wear.
Don't worry. This style is a timeless classic.
No thanks. This is actually sounding pretty weird.
Wait. Madame Farazan's right. That style is a classic, and used to be mainstream fashion. But these days, there's some other options too. If you don't mind, how about I pick some clothes out for everyone? It's not often that we get to meet up, especially since Candace rarely makes it to Sumeru City. Also, I know a few places where I can get a great bargain.
Sure. I'm happy to leave it to you.
I'll come with you to have a look. One always has to keep on top of what the youth of today are into.
Madame Farazan? Come quick! She's over here!
Oh, is she gonna get her goal for this?
Who are you?
We're new in the academia. We saw all the amazing things you did during the competition. Do you have any classes we could sign up for?
Of course I do. And you're both very welcome to join.
That's great! We can't wait. What's your area of research? Precision mechanics?
I'm from Haravatat.
Huh? But you seem like an expert in machines. Wait, sorry. I remember now. You were representing the Haravatat Darshan in the championship. Oh, their classes are so boring, though. I'm sorry, ma'am. Let me know if you run any other classes in the future. I'll be there.
I knew it. What about you? Aren't you going to leave with your friend?
I think you're amazing, Madame Farazan, and I'd like to learn from you for a while, if possible. I can take the class you're teaching as an option, even though cross-Darshan lessons might be a little tough to arrange. But I look forward to learning from you.
I see. You're a good egg, child. Don't worry. Study under me, and I promise you, you will get the best teaching available.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Well, I won't disturb you any further. See you in class.
I don't quite understand what happened there, but congratulations, I think.
I love that character.
Traveler, Paimon,
I love that character already. She's so nice to
without some
Faruzan.
clothes?
Sorry, we can't. We've got a meet with Kaveh later, and we have to check in with all the other contestants before then. Oh, by the way, have any of you seen Hat Guy or Layla?
I don't know where Hat Guy went. We just saw Layla not too long ago, though. But she was hanging out with some other Ratahoa students, so we didn't get a chance to speak with her. Are you gonna go and see what she's up to?
Ratahoa students? They must be the ones who voted for her to enter the competition, right? Oh, she didn't end up winning, so Paimon wonders how they feel about that. Let's go take a peek.
I see everything. The classics are the best. Period.
Welcome. Get your spices here.
Everyone hold it. Layla and Candace are both pretty tall. That means they have a lot of options when it comes to clothes.
I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so no, I did lose my train of thought. Okay, so Farazan got what she wanted. I think Layla... I'm kind of expecting that Layla's actually gonna get, like, positive, like, feedback from her classmates. But yeah, in terms of the writing for the quest, I'd say it was pretty standard. I do like how we got more insight into Kave's personality. I think I've already heard like stuff like he's really nice to other people to the point where they take advantage of him. And I do think that's like, I think what's like interesting about that is that it's like a flaw and it's like a strength and a weakness. Because what makes it a strength is that it's a strength on his part because it's a good character and a good personality trait to have. I think part of interesting writing is making a positive trait so strong that it becomes a weakness. And I think they kind of explore that perfectly with Kaveh. It's also kind of the same thing with like Al-Haytham. Al-Haytham's a bit too he's a bit too stoic and too logical, so he doesn't really get like incredibly, he doesn't have, it comes across as standoffish and like, that I don't care attitude.
Hey. Everyone hold hands.
Okay, let's just go in.
I'm sorry, everyone. I could have done better in the third round.
Oh, stop it.
If you're going to beat yourself up after doing as well as you did, how bad does that make us look, huh? Heck, it's not like any of us had the guts to enter the championship.
I didn't see the whole thing, but you were the only contestant who scored points in both the first 2 rounds, right? And I heard that you actually found the diadem first in round 3. You came so close to winning the competition.
Aw, I just got lucky, I think.
That can't be true. You had some really stiff competition out there. The renowned Tainari from Amorta, even Sino the General Mahamatra was there. You're amazing, all of you. Getting points off them is a huge achievement. The way I see it, people aren't exaggerating one bit with the nicknames they give you. You are a genuine genius.
Aw, thanks a lot. But I really don't think I qualify as a genius. In the second round, for instance, I dozed off and somehow found myself beside the device when I came to.
Ah, come on, don't be so hard on yourself. We've decided we're taking you out to celebrate, and that's final. Let's go. Cheer up, Layla. The rest of today's all about you.
Looks like things are going well for
That's so
Layla.
nice.
This is great. We haven't seen Hat Guy since the end of the competition. Oh well, it's almost mealtime. We'd better go meet up with Kaveh and Sino now.
That's so nice.
I can't believe it. But in the end, no one was disappointed in me. What a relief. Finally, I can get some good sleep.
I just realized. How come Layla doesn't have her own... I'd figured there'd at least be like a... Retawahist? Yeah, I figured there'd at least be a Retawahist thing. Oops.
Finally. What a relief.
I just realized I didn't actually talk to the other 4 after. I think I just like... Wait. Let me go find the other 4 really quick. I think there's actually like...
If you don't come to Sumeru City often, classic floral designs aren't a bad choice. Those don't really go out of style. And of course, since you're putting this on your body, you need to consider the type of fabric the clothes are made from. Some materials might look stunning, but they can be terribly uncomfortable to wear.
Agreed. After all, is fashion not the constant phasing in and out of classics? In that sense, you could always consider the style I suggested too.
Wait, sorry ma'am, but I think it could be quite a while before the style
when did
you recommended comes
Physics
back
join?
in fashion.
I
he
actually
still-
think the style recommended by Madame Farazan
Has he been here this
is
whole
quite
time?
beautiful.
Isn't it just? You have a discerning eye, my dear.
Hi, Physics Bonified. Welcome to the stream. I don't know how long you've been here. I wonder where Nahida is. Maybe after this, yeah, after this quest, I'll try to stay on stream a bit longer, just to like, kind of, try to gather my thoughts on the story, analyze the writing process.
Are you sure you have enough to cover this? Don't blow it all at once.
Don't worry, I budgeted very carefully, and this is well within my means. Anyway, I've lost count of how many times you've treated me. It's high time I return the favor. Oh, Traveler, Paimon, over here!
Ooh, look at all this! Good food, here we come!
I heard that you went to see the other contestants. How's everyone doing?
Paimon found herself a student, and Layla's classmates are bowled over by how well she did. We couldn't find Hat Guy, though. Who knows where he's gone?
Alhaitham's gone missing in action, too. Huh. The one time I'm actually in a good enough mood to treat him to a nice meal, he disappears without a trace. That guy. Where the heck could he have gone? I still have questions about that note he left. Well, whatever. He can do what he wants. Now, let's eat.
You shocked me a little when you hurled the diadem to the ground. On further reflection, of course, it made sense, but at the time I was expecting at least some amount of deliberation.
Sachin's voice started talking to me inside my head from the moment I picked it up. I could feel his emotions, too. It was a mix of despair and horror swirling around inside my mind. He bombarded me with his ideas relentlessly, like he was trying to brainwash me. It gave me a splitting headache that only got worse as he went on. Like I was saying at the time, his views are not necessarily completely without value. But if all his research does is lead to misfortune, then we're probably better off without it.
If his forbidden research were to spread in a harmful form and cause people to suffer, the Matra would step in and ban it.
I think you did the right thing. I suppose another way to approach it would have been to claim that you agreed to inherit his research, but give up the research as soon as you've inherited the wealth. But that wouldn't have been your style. I won't comment on his theories or experiments, but I don't believe that he was careless in his choice of candidate. He chose you. That means he knew what he was doing.
Perhaps. I just think that if you accept someone else's things, you should honor their wishes.
That's a good thing. It means that you have integrity.
Thank you, oh my god, thank you. See, you get me, Kale. It's a good thing Alhaitham isn't here right now. He'd be quick to explain why you're wrong.
Seems like you always include him in the conversation, even when he isn't here.
Yep, no dinner with Kaveh is complete without a few words about Alhaitham.
I sense that Alhaitham has in fact been here with us all along.
He's here? Where? Why didn't you tell me?
He lives rent-free in each of our hearts.
That is so cheesy, and I love it.
That was horrifying. It literally sent
What does that
chills down my
sound?
spine.
Good thing you didn't say that before we started eating. That would have killed the mood in a heartbeat.
All right, enough about Alhaitham. Tainari, did you achieve what you wanted out of the championship?
I did, in the first round, in fact. Word of mouth proved very effective. I spoke to a handful of people, they told their friends, and so on. Now, a record number of people have signed up to attend the next lecture. Oh, are you free next month? You should come along, maybe even say a few words.
About what? I don't know the first thing about anything Amorta related.
Just play to your strengths. For instance, you could talk about the distinguishing features of rainforest architecture, or ask everyone not to chop down too many trees the next time they're building a house.
Oh, well, that's no problem. Sure, I'll make time. Has everyone had enough to eat? I can order more if anyone's still hungry.
I'm full. Thanks. Paimon's super full, too. If only we could eat like this every day.
Yeah, we should do this more often. Work will always be there, but seeing friends is important too. This is a good restaurant. Let's definitely come here again.
Sounds good. We should pick a few other places as backup options, though.
There are other good places around here, too? Oh, and don't forget to invite us if you go. There's nothing we love more than good food.
Kaveh, do you have plans after this?
I was thinking of maybe going to the academia for some alone time. Nothing set in stone, though. Why do you ask?
Since everyone is free, why don't we play a few matches of Genius Invocation TCG?
Eager to show off your new limited edition card, are you?
Not to show off. This is my way of thanking you for your help.
Only my best friend will have the honor of seeing this card's debut play.
Alright, sure.
Oh.
I didn't bring my deck with me though, so I'll need to borrow one.
Actually, Master, I made a new one a few days back.
Don't tell me you've been spending all your study hours playing cards.
Come on, no need to be so stern. They do say that your innate interests are your best teacher, don't they?
Okay, wait, so here's what you picked up from this conversation. Just this one scene. Kaveh talks about I hate them a lot. I see, psychology-wise, there is this thing we learned in psychology called reaction formation, and I believe that is exactly what Kaveh is experiencing right now about I'll hate them. You see, one of the things, I'm gonna switch to Nahida because Nahida is quiet in her idle animations. So, when it comes to reaction formation, here's how it works. Your external reaction, or your external reaction to things is opposite of what you believe internally. And it is a defense mechanism because your brain is like, no, reacting like this is bad. So I should react the opposite way because that's like psychology and morally wise, it's better for that person. Kids experience this a lot. You know when you were a kid and you had a crush on someone and you would like be all mean to them and it's like you find out that you actually liked them? Yeah. Same thing. See, so what Kaveh here is experiencing is actually reaction formation. He always complains about I'll hate them. He always like talks bad about him because he's like totally gay for him. Easy dubs. And I'll hate them might be the same way because he also gives Kaveh a hard time. Now, the other thing we've learned is that Tighnari and Cyno are or Cyno, just officially called Tighnari his best friend. Now, psychology-wise, this is something we call best friends to lovers. It is a very real psychology term, and it means that these two are going to... Oh my god, wait, that's... The way that he sits is so adorable. Also, we learned that Collei...
What they say is true. You have to see the world for your...
What we learned is Collei also just slacks off on her studies to play cards, which... I mean, none of us can really argue, like we've all done that.
Everyone hold hands!
This was some pretty successful ordering today. Not a dish wasted. Oh, I almost forgot. I should order a couple of extra things to take back home.
With this limited edition card in my deck, I have reached peak connection with my cards. This is my most worthwhile purchase in quite some time.
It's been so nice not having to study these last few days. I hope I don't fall behind. Wait. Uh-oh. I've completely forgotten where I was up to.
I wonder when Kaveh will be able to pay off his debts. I wish him the best of luck.
Yeah. Anyway, so, like I said, Cyno and Tighnari are experiencing what is a psychology term called best friends to lovers, which means that Cyno called someone his best friend, and that just means that they're gonna get married. And, you know, yeah. Very real psychology term. And, yeah, no. No, the reaction formation thing might be a bit of a stretch. You don't not necessarily, it's not, I mean, actually, reaction formation is not a stretch in terms of Kaveh's, like, not to say that, like, you know, obviously not to say, like, oh, yeah, he's in love with him, confirmed, but definitely say that he still cares about I'll hate them more than he's letting on. You know? I think that's, like, something to keep in mind.
Well, it sorted too. Have you still got anything else on your mind?
Sachin's research.
Oh, right. Yeah, Sachin said that he placed his research materials at somewhere beginning with but Kaveh smashed the diadem of knowledge before he could finish. It might be dangerous if someone finds his old research stash, right? Where do you think it could be?
Aru Village?
Holy smokes, you're right! He said he spent all the time researching in the desert, didn't he? So it's very possible that that's where he'd leave all his suits. Alright then, let's head off to Aru Village and try our luck!
I really, yeah, no, I'm gonna try to leave all of this for, like, the very end of the stream. I think, oh, I hate them.
Don't blink. Everyone hold hands.
Didn't expect to run into you here.
Oh, hey them. What are you doing here? And what are you reading? Are those?
Sachin's notes? Yes. I came across his profile while I was organizing some documents and became interested in his research. If it wasn't for that, I never would have agreed to being a commentator. I had a hunch after seeing the fragment of his mind, and sure enough, I came here and found his research.
Wait, so you've read it already? Are you alright? How do you feel?
I think you may have misunderstood something. The reason Sachin chose that architect to inherit his research was that only he could really empathize with both the calamity and the humanity that these notes seek to convey. Only one who resonates with these sentiments would suffer and begin to think of history as bleak, the present as perplexing, and the future as pessimistic. Empathy is a double-edged sword. Clearly, I am not the same sort of person as Sachin was. Empaths have many friends, and their wide social circle comes with certain societal advantages. But this also makes it hard for them to achieve their goals.
Why's that?
All important things in life involve other people. As such, it's extremely difficult to live a life that causes no harm whatsoever to others. If you really want to achieve your goals, you have to be prepared to make enemies along the way. Not everyone can deal with that reality. And that reality is like the material here. Objective, heavy, negative. But, at the end of the day, for all these experiment results and conclusions, it's just one person's perspective, Sachin's.
So, what are your thoughts now that you've read it?
As a scholar, Sachin was without a doubt a genius. He laid the blame for the darkness in the world squarely on humanity, experimented extensively with reliable results, and drew logical conclusions. In that sense, one might say his views were correct.
So, people are bad? And things can only ever get worse? All of that's true?
That is not a question for me to answer. Someone else will arrive shortly. You can ask them instead. All I will say is that the world is not built on correctness alone. Sometimes, being correct means nothing at all.
Those words you wrote are among your notes. What did that line in ancient script mean?
Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. By their own choice, the idealist seeks to bring happiness to all while denying themselves the same. Thus, they shall never reach even the borders of truth until they wipe away the ignorance that blinds them. I've never been able to agree with certain philosophies. Even Sachin himself struggled to comprehend the notion of sacrificing oneself for the greater good. But sadly, all viewpoints will find their supporters, and the way we see the world largely decides our fates. Alright then, I got what I came for. These research materials are yours to look after. I'll be off.
Wait, so you came here just to read this stuff? You missed out on a big get-together, you know.
Get-together? Ah, yes, that makes sense. This is a good opportunity for that sort of thing.
Guess what? Kaveh treated everyone this time.
Then I'm sure he packed up the leftovers for me. See ya.
And there he goes. Well, it seems like he really wasn't affected by this research.
And I ended up missing almost the entire thing because my mom came in to talk to me, so I have no idea what just happened. Oh, it's Nahida and Hat Guy.
Traveler, Paimon, you're already here. Nahida! Oh, and Hat Guy. Wait, so you asked him to take part in the championship? Yes, it was me. Are you surprised?
Actually, not really.
Did you know that there was something wrong with the diadem from the start? And if so, why didn't you switch it out for another one? Because Sachin's research is not mistaken. He spent his entire life researching this topic, and these materials are a result of that. These are the crystallization of his wisdom. Yes, I was worried that the material might cause some disruption, but I didn't want to wipe away all his hard work searching for the truth. So instead, I had Hat Guy here help me keep an eye on things.
Seriously? I think you can stop calling me that now.
Why? Don't you like it? Well, anyway, if Sachin's chosen successor hadn't been able to handle his research, or if it had brought pain to more people, he would have intervened at a suitable moment.
And after all that, the person Sachin chose turned his nose up at his life's work. Pretty hilarious.
I was also hoping that this could be an opportunity for you to learn how to interact with people normally. But it looks like that didn't work out.
That wasn't necessary. I'm still paying you back for your help. And the last thing I need is more reasons to be indebted to you.
Nahida, what did you mean by Sachin's research is not mistaken? Does that mean that you approve of his research? Put it this way instead. Truth to me is like a shroom boar. Some people only see the mushroom on the shroom boar's back, and they conclude that the shroom boar is a mushroom. Others see only the shroom boar's body, and they declare that the shroom boar is a boar. Still others look deeper inside, and determine that the shroom boar is meat. These conclusions are all correct in their own way, but none of them objectively describe the shroom boar. Paimon kinda gets it, but also not really. The world is the same way. No one, not even I included, can understand it in its entirety. All of us are somewhere on the path toward truth. Within the confines of our limited knowledge, some may blindly believe in the beauty of this world, and others may focus only on its evils. In truth, the most important thing isn't what state the world is in now, but what people hope it will become. But of course, I don't mean that as a criticism or a call to action. Ultimately, my duty as the God of Wisdom is to guide every form of wisdom to a place where it can find its purpose.
That was a long speech. So what are you actually going to do with these research materials?
Because Kaveh, as the successor of this research, does not wish to see these ideas disseminated, I will seal it up. But even though Sachin's research could be considered negative wisdom, it is still a building block of the truth. If someone wishes to follow in his footsteps in the future, I will not stop them. I also look forward to the day that a member of the Vahumana Darshan can not only comprehend his theories, but also find a way out from the despair as well.
Vahumana doesn't have that kind of talent. Wait, you're not intending to keep me in Vahumana long term, are you? I don't remember signing up to become a scholar. Don't you think I'm useful enough to you as a prisoner?
Oh boy, here we go again.
You think so? Well, to that, I would say that in Sumeru, even prisoners have a right to an education. I hope that your studies in Vahumana will help you deal with your own fate and learn how best to settle old debts from your past. I will review your final thesis myself. I'm expecting great things from you, Mr. Hat Guy.
Oh, there's more.
Stay safe.
I do like the, oh my gosh, the dynamic between Nahida and Scara is so funny.
Incoming! Committed to memory!
20 years ago, the Academia had just received Sachin's estate. To celebrate the huge investment, the Academia extravaganza that year was grander than usual. I was very young then, and I remember seeing posters for the Interdarshan Championship all over the city. I couldn't help but mention it to my father. I even told him that I really liked the look of the diadem. It was so unique. So he said, "Why don't I win it, so I can let you play with it for a few days?" That made me very happy, and I nodded enthusiastically. But to my surprise, he didn't win. And when he got back home, he seemed extremely depressed. Later, he left home, saying that he wanted to do some investigating in the desert. The quicksand got him not long after that. For many years, I couldn't face up to it at all. If I just kept my mouth shut, maybe none of it would have ever happened.
Your father may have seen Sachin that year.
Wait, so the person we came across in our investigation, who went into the desert 20 years ago? It was...
Is that why Sachin thought I looked familiar? I can't believe it. My father was always too kind for his own good. Sachin's research would have saddened him greatly. He must have gone into the desert when he heard about it to find those who were still suffering. It all makes sense now. I've tried telling myself so many times over the years that maybe his sudden depression wasn't because he didn't win the competition. Maybe something else was going on that I wasn't aware of. But in the end, it all started with me mentioning the competition to him.
Oh, Kaveh.
Don't worry. I destroyed the diadem. There will never be another tragedy like this again. Never again.
Aww. Oh, hi Kelly. I just finished up the quest and I'm just gonna do my analysis on the story. So I think for starters, to start off, I think that after kind of like hearing the rest of the quest, I'm pretty sure the smile on Sachin's face at the end of the cutscene, I think that might have just indicated, you know, all of his like negative views on like the world and humanity. It's probably after seeing how Kaveh made that sacrifice to donate to like everyone else in society. I think he like, it was just kind of nice, like he maybe had his final, you know, like it was like seeing his thoughts disproven in a sense, but it was also like in a good way. I also do like the focus on Kaveh in the quest.
Unleash.
I kind of figured it was gonna be that way because that's kind of how these
Leave the wounded to me.
kind of how these flagship events work. They focus on there's a bit more focus on a particular character.
The wrong test
Um
Don't blink.
Done.
and there's definitely a lot more development on Kaveh's character. We kind of see how he interacts with like other people, even the animals, and how that affects his and how he like does some self-sacrificing to help them in need.
Speed of light. Hey. Incoming.
I also think the
Don't blink.
what am I trying to say?
Speed of light.
I do like how every character got what they wanted in the end.
Incoming.
I think my only critique on that is. Oh yeah, thank you. It's like a PNG. It's like a website. It tracks when I talk on Discord. So I'm actually in a private call. Just so like Discord can track when I'm talking, and then the website makes my thing light up.
Obey. Engaging. Positions.
I think it would have been nice to see more like some more of like the character stuff. But I do like how we did get like some. I like how we got some side dialogue at the end, or like some side stories, and it wasn't just completely focused on Kaveh. There's also Layla's. There's actually Layla's hangout coming up, or not coming up. There is Layla's hangout. So it's something.
Quite a downpour.
YouTube streaming. I think that both have their.
Yesterday said I'll do it tomorrow.
I think that both have their like pros and cons. For me, YouTube streaming is just better because it's just I don't know, to me it just feels a bit more like consistent. Since I'm planning to post more videos on YouTube in particular, it's just kind of nice to have all my content in one place. The second thing is that YouTube streams don't like they don't get deleted after 2 weeks like Twitch does. So people who want to watch my old streams can just
no one shows up to bother me.
people who watch my old streams can like can always like come back to it at some point. And I don't have to like upload it to YouTube separately. I can just automatically upload it. And yeah. I think I'm also just more familiar with YouTube, so YouTube kind of compared to Twitch, like I was kind of like navigating Twitch, and I think those are my two big ones. Like the big one for me was just like since stuff doesn't save after a week, I had to put like extra effort into maintaining the videos, and like I'd have to like upload it onto YouTube. What is it? As of right now, I don't get a lot of viewers on YouTube streaming. That's like kind of the sacrifice I have to make with that. The thing but I mean there are still ways to like get my name out there. I'm gonna start doing like I'm gonna try to take clips from these streams and put a little you know, put them on like Instagram and TikTok and just put them on platforms that are good for like promotional and advertisement material. And hopefully people will start coming to my YouTube channel. And I'm also going to start posting actual YouTube videos to help with the like actual YouTube videos. I think the big challenge right now is just like streaming is more for just general gameplay at the moment. There's no like I don't really intend on making Genshin Impact. Yeah, YouTube Shorts is also a good one. I don't so what I the thing is like YouTube videos, I'm not gonna do any Genshin videos. Like I'm not gonna like go through editing a video and stuff. Like I'm just sticking with the streams. Cause the YouTube videos are gonna be more for like kind of my more creative projects. Like you know, I told you about the Minecraft series from like a long time ago. I'm still planning to do that. And like that's gonna be more on like Minecraft based stuff. So it's I think that's kind of the you know, that's kind of things like the content between YouTube videos and YouTube Shorts is kind of I don't know. It's gonna be inconsistent. So I'm still kind of unsure what's gonna happen as a result. I'm gonna start for the YouTube series, for the Minecraft series. I am gonna try and upload these like kind of like these comic-based shorts. So it would like you know people who would come to my channel for the Minecraft series can actually there's like I think I can promote the series a bit more in these short forms. And then like when the actual series comes out, it'll
Thank you for
when the actual series comes out, it'll hopefully have like kind of a following already. And since finals are gonna end soon, I'm almost done with like tomorrow I'm gonna write I have to write a quick essay, but it's like something I can kind of BS, honestly. And then by Friday I just have to revise one of my essays, and I think by then it should like by then everything's gonna be done, so I'm gonna be streaming a bit more and I'm gonna be like working on my series a bit more, and hopefully I can at least get some YouTube shorts and just some like some of the shorts out. Where do I want to farm today? Alright, well thanks for stopping by the stream. Good night, Kelly. Let's see, what's the meta right now? The meta at the moment is like, it's like Bloom-based teams. What was my team originally? It was like, Xingqiu, Kale, Traveler, Nahida, Kokomi. Well, the thing with Kokomi is I'm actually able to just upgrade her talents right now. Oh wait, but I do need more Spectre stuff.
here to serve.
It sucks I'm getting to the point where I need the... I'm actually getting to the point where I need to, I might have to actually start farming Mora instead of, like, actual materials, because I'm spending so much at once. Something... yeah, so I'm probably gonna just upgrade Kokomi's stuff to level 8 on both. And then... I don't know what to farm for. Like... Eula's materials, I got Eula's materials, I got her weapon and stuff, like I don't... What is D-Luke's? What's D-Luke's Claymore? That's a Wednesday thing. I wonder what his attack is. His attack's actually not that... He's actually not super low, considering the fact that he's... Nilu is Wednesday as well, I believe. Not that Wednesday would matter. Or not that, Not that Nilu's talents matter all that much. Ayaka's not really in... Ayaka's Tuesday, Friday anyway, and she's not even in meta at the moment. That's Wednesday, Saturday. All the characters that I want to upgrade are in like days that I don't... They're in days that I don't really need. What about Kuki? Kuki's Tuesday, Friday, and I don't really have enough specters anyway. This is hard. What characters do I actually want to upgrade? Zhongli's Tuesday as well? No, Zhongli's Wednesday. You? You're Wednesday. You're Wednesday. Jeez. I already upgraded your talents. Venti is Wednesday. Mika's Wednesday. Oh, Kuching. Kuching's kind of in... Now that I actually have like a... I don't know. You know, actually, you know, let's just go to the artifacts. I kind of just want to get some artifact materials. And then once I do the domains, I'm going to end stream for tonight and then try to wind down, because I think I have... I do have work in like 7 hours, which means I'm only gonna get like 6 hours of sleep. Less than, actually. It's fine.
Obey! Do your master's bidding!
Neutralizing threats! Now's our chance!
Nowhere to hide.
Actually, I'm using the wrong team.
Incoming! Hey! Dance with the waves! With all my strength! Manifest!
You had your chance!
Don't blink!
Okay, no, never mind. We're not doing that. Oh wait, I was supposed to analyze the story. Yeah, so in terms of the story itself, I'd say it was just standard. We had some nice character development on Kave's side. I think my only grievance with it, or one of my grievances with it, is just... I feel like the crumbs we were getting about Sachin were very few and far between. Like... I think like it would have been... I always think that like the foreshadowing aspects... Foreshadowing aspects are always like very important in a game, or even like a game like Genshin, like where it's like not super story based. I do feel like having some semblance of like foreshadowing is important, and I feel like I just didn't really get that in this. Like I did, like the only, I was like getting a few. It's like we were getting crumbs, but it wasn't enough to give us like a sense of it wasn't enough to give us a sense of like understanding stuff. Because part of foreshadowing isn't being able, it's not leaving crumbs for the viewer to, ooh, I'll keep that one, not that one. Part of foreshadowing isn't necessarily the crumbs of, oh, it like helps the reader predict the outcome. I think part of it is just like, when you have good foreshadowing, really experienced story like lovers will, like, maybe they'll be able to predict it, but for the most part, you create the situation where a character, like people who go back to the story later on, are able to, people who go back to the story will like kind of have that like that moment where they kind of like recognize that like something they kind of like realize like, oh, this like was all being foreshadowed from the beginning in these very subtle ways. And maybe I'm missing that. Maybe I'm missing the subtle foreshadowing. But I just kind of felt that the like it's also just that Genshin has this trend where they explain stuff very like just directly, because I think like they have to like kind of they have to think about their younger audience who like maybe doesn't understand the stuff that's happening. But I don't know, I just didn't like, they have to like they naturally have to explain stuff at the end because some of their audience is not going to understand the whole, like, the entirety of the what's being hinted at from the beginning. But I just kind of felt like there wasn't too much in the crumbs. Like, there just wasn't enough for like even the experienced people to really understand. Like, I don't think there were really a lot of callbacks to it. A lot of callbacks to, like, I just don't think there were a lot of callbacks to anything aside from that. I'm really trying to think, like, was there really anything hinted at?
Hold the line. Don't blink. Hey. Cut to the chase.
I guess an interesting thing that they did kind of hint at was like Sachin would be here watching from the shadows, but I do think more
All eyes on me. Billowing surge.
I do think more hints,
Let's move out.
like that Sachin's like memory was in the diadem. I think that would have added some really cool I think that would have been pretty cool to like implement, like having more of those instances. you know, stuff like maybe you know, like it also like showcases like because the traveler is kind of a special person, he can
Let
see
this
these
be a
things.
lesson to those who yesterday.
And I think it would have been cool if it was like maybe something like they like maybe in the beginning a better if you know like I don't think there's many chances for them to do multiple instances of hinting it that his memories in the diadem. But I think one of the things they could have done, instead of just him seeing like flashes of Sachin and then, you know, it just goes back to normal, I think it could have been cool that maybe like Sachin, like, you know, he kind of like sees Sachin in the background. You still hear, what was it, Karina? You still hear Karina talking, and then, like, right after that, maybe they like, I don't know, the diadem, like, it's moved out of range, you know, like, stuff like that, like, the diadem gets moved out of range, and all you, like, and then slowly but surely, Sachin's thing starts, like, going away. Oh my god, can these guys not?
Everyone hold here with all my strength. Don't blink. Hey! Stronger, I thought.
You.
Right
Oh my.
idea. Wrong time. Commit it to memory. Here.
Are you? Oh my. That was so annoying.
Let's move out.
That was the most annoying thing I've ever had to deal with. But yeah, I think some foreshadowing in the beginning would have been cool, just to like kind of show like, hey, this is like, you know, this is something that's happening right now. Like, the diadem gets moved. Suddenly the traveler like doesn't like suddenly Sachin like gets further and further from traveler's view, or he gets like he like fades away slowly. And it would have been, I guess there's not too much you can do in terms of like in a video game. But I think it would have been nice to have like that instead.
This realm.
I also think that why did I get, why is there more create? Oh. I think what we got from the notes. Oh, it's Monday. I don't want to do the bosses right now. I'm just gonna do it tomorrow.
If you ever.
But yeah. I think that's like my take on it. Not a bad, you know, not a bad quest per se, but I'm just like nitpicking at this point. There's not, I don't have too many, like, aside from the general complaints about quests, there's nothing super, like, crazy that I didn't like. You know, like, even, like, Alhaitham kind of explaining everything at the end. It's, like, that is there for the sake of, like, some of their younger audience not understanding, like, everything that's being hinted at in the beginning. So I know people, like, get really, like, annoyed at, like, oh my gosh, like, Paimon's explaining, like, in very brash details again. And it's like, yeah, I don't like it either, but it is there for a reason. Like, the younger audience needs, sometimes the younger audience needs things to be explained. And that's just, like, the sacrifice. Like, you are sacrificing a bit of quality for the sake of your viewers.
Incoming.
I do like how they kind of, they do kind of talk about Kaveh as an empath, though. I thought that was like a really nice, it was really interesting, like, psychology, kind of like a psychology thing, talking about, like, empaths and stuff. You know, it is kind of true that, like, you know, like, if you can't, I don't know. See, the issue is, I can't talk too much about the whole I'll hate them part, because I got interrupted and I forgot to, like, pause the autoplay, so I missed, like, a giant chunk of the conversation. But it's fine. Now, I wanna, yeah, so I'm thinking maybe Tuesday we'll jump into Baiju's story quest, and if I'm feeling like it, maybe Layla's as well. I don't, yeah, I think we might actually jump into both, because they're both gonna take about it's gonna take like 3 to 4 hours total to go through that, and I think it's a pretty solid stream. So maybe Tuesday we'll jump into Baiju's story quest, and yeah. Baiju's story quest, Layla's hangout event, we'll see. And same thing, I'll just kind of analyze. I think because the events are supposed to be more like fun. Events are more like fun stuff, and it's like smaller, minor character development. The
Speed of light.
the story quests are supposed to have a deeper message. So hopefully Kave's lives up to like how Dia's was. Dia's was really, really good. And I hope that like Baiju's is, wait, did I say Kave this whole time? Sorry, Baiju. I'm putting Baiju's as kind of like the same quality. Same with Layla's hangout. Like Faruzan's, for example, was really, really good. I love Faruzan's hangout. So I'm hoping we get to see more of like more of that from Layla as well. But yeah, I think that'll do it for tonight's stream. I need to try snag at least maybe like 6 hours of sleep. But thank you everyone for watching. Thanks for everyone who came onto the stream. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time.